Hello, my crafty friends. It's Saturday and I've had an amazing day. I was on a live today with Diane from Crafting with Fury and Judy from my scrapbook loft, and it was so much fun, and a lot of you were in it with me. So that was exciting. I wanted to show you some cards I made. I was just playing around with my Cricut, and there's a lot of people that I'm sending cards to, thinking of you and just hellos and whatever. So I thought I would utilize my Cricut for a change since I haven't been. And this is actually a cut file. And I cut that out. I did use Wink Stella on there. And I did put Thinking of You on here. And I did the same thing on this one because you don't know some people and you don't know if you should send them prayer cards. So this one I did use Wink Stella, this one I didn't. And then here's the Praying for You. These are so much fun to make, and you could change the backgrounds and do whatever you want. Basically all that's cut out is this, and then I created this and this. So that was my cards for easy peasy. And then I decided I was going to do some other kind of cards. So I got this paper, and it's called Moonstruck, I think. And it's pretty dark paper. And I thought, oh, why did I buy this? But it's really beautiful paper. So this right here is actually cut out from the Cricut, and that is printed on it. So for this card, I used Wink Stella. And I just gently put Wink Stella on there. I did put Wink Stella on the flower. I'm going to pull that up so you can see it. And then the card just opens up like this. And then I'll put just a piece of paper in here where I can write my note. So I cut this out 4 times, and I made 4 different kinds of cards with this little print and cut from my Cricut. I do have diamond dust, but I'm scared because it's real glass. But we'll see. I might use it soon. And then the second card, what I did, same thing. This time I used ink and just inked around all the edges. And that's the same thing on the inside. I put Wink Stella on the card, but not on the flower. I think the flower is just kind of beautiful that way itself. So that was my second card. My third card is my favorite. I love purple, and I know somebody else who loves purple. This is popped up just a little bit, not a lot, but it's popped up a little bit. This time I cut the paper out and then glued, well, it's popped up a little, but this is on the front, so the inside of the card is solid. No winky, no nothing on here, just clean and simple. And then this one, if you can believe it or not, I don't have any blue paper. I couldn't believe it. I don't have any blue paper. So I thought, okay, I'm going to grab my Distress Oxides and just make a background for it. And that's exactly what I did. Now, when you use Distress Oxides, I'm going to show you. I was in a live last week, I think, and somebody had asked about the difference between Distress Oxides and regular distressed ink. Now, most of you probably all know this, but I'm just going to show you a little demonstration. So I got these brushes off of Amazon, and all you do is you wipe it on a paper towel in between the colors so that you're not contaminating your colors. I always use a piece of paper underneath. Now this is watercolor paper, and typically when I use this, I will dry it with my heat gun in between after I get it wet, because this will warp. And if you put it on regular cardstock, it will warp, and it does. It's very difficult to get it to lay flat. You can run it through like your Big Shot, but you have to really watch that. So, and watercolor paper it's not expensive at all. Now this is the smooth side, and on here is a rough side. I'll pull that up so you can see it. It's definitely rough. So for this card right here, I couldn't find a blue. So I got out my broken china, and this is the distressed oxides, not the distressed ink. And then I just get my brush in here, and then I start wherever you want, but you always start off the page so you don't get big clumps. So you start off the page, and then you just put it on. And you get it to what you like, what you think you like. And I'm gonna do just a little bit more, again, off the page. Now with these brushes, you really don't get a lot of clumps. And this ink is so forgiving. I just love this ink. And just go like that. We'll do the other side too as long as we're here, because then I might be able to use this instead of just demoing. I'm not going to do the middle though. We'll be here all day and you don't really need to see me do this. Okay, so we've got a nice coverage here. And I'm just going to wipe this. You always need to make sure that you cover it. And I'm just going to wipe this off on the paper towel so I'm not contaminating my ink. And then I'm going to take the cracked pistachio. I love pistachios. This is one of my favorite colors. And then I'm just going to come in a little bit farther with the cracked pistachio, just because I'm doing this for demonstration. But see, when you go over it on the broken china, how it changes the color. And you can put less, you can put more, you know, whatever you want. And this is just fun to just like sit one day and just play. You know, I have to tell you, when I went to look for paper to make these cards, I realized I don't have any like subtle paper. All my paper is like loud in your face. Must be because that's how I am. It's loud in my face, in your face. Okay, that's good enough for a demo. And then I have the Tim Holtz sprayer. You can get a sprayer at the Dollar Tree. This is just plain old water. And depending on how close you spray is what kind of reaction you're gonna get. Okay, I'm gonna put a lot on here just so you can see what it looks like. Now see how it blends? You can get the water droplets. Keep moving your paper around. You can get the water droplets. If you don't like that look, then you just take a paper towel and just smush it. And then you could see where the effects of the water were in the ink. Let's spray this side again right here real quick. So I got a lot of water on there. Now, if I was actually creating with this, I would go ahead and use my heat gun just so that it won't warp. And I'll show you that it's probably going to start warping already because I did use a lot of water. So now you can see the different imprints from the water. And then once it dries, if you don't like it, you can go back over it and just keep blending and blending and blending until you get what you want. I mean, that's the fun part about this is you could just play. Now, some people don't have a lot of patience for this. Me, I could just sit here. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm going straight dab in the middle of the watercolor paper. So I do this if I want heavy coverage and I don't really care. I'm actually just going in for the droplets. So you could see where there's some pretty thick coverage of the color. Let's go in a little bit more, just so we kind of get the whole thing covered. And then I'm just gonna spritz it one more time. This time I'm gonna do it from a little bit back, a little farther away. And I'm gonna let the water sit for just a second. The inks, the Distress Oxides, react to water. And that's the cool thing about the oxides, where the Distress inks don't act that much with it. Now look at that. If you like that, I mean, how simple was it to create that? I mean, that is so beautiful to me. And the paper is not warping yet, but like I said, if I was going to use this on a card, I would definitely heat emboss it. See, I did this on this card because I couldn't get anything to match this. I had no blue paper. If you could see all the paper I have. So I just made my own color. So I hope you liked my little tutorial on Distress Oxides. I hope you all have an awesome weekend. I know I'm going to have one. I actually got to go in the pool today. Woo-hoo! And I hope you have a blessed Sunday. And I will probably not see you until Tuesday now. So you know what I say. I hope you find something to laugh about. I hope you find something that brings you joy. And you know, I'm sending you big hugs. Love y'all. Bye.